Yo, what's going on, dude? Check it out. So, you want to go out and become an approacher that gets good results. But right now, you're struggling, and let's say you have resistance to going out. You have resistance to stopping women. You have resistance to speaking your truth. You have resistance to touching. You have resistance to flirting, eye contact, being sexual, all that stuff. Don't worry about it. I got your back. Right? So what I'm doing here is this is a 4-part series where I'm going to take you from the initial approach, first contact, the first hello, the first walk up, all the way through communicating, flirting, talking, touching, getting the number, setting up a date, meeting, having sex, or having a girlfriend, or whatever it is that you want. I'm going to take you through all the progressions of that so that you guys feel confident, not even confident. So you guys actually want to go out. Your body actually enjoys going out and stepping into the tension of approaching. Because the minute that you've got it down, you got the skill set down, you have these tools down, right? Because they're all just inner tools. They're not manipulative tools. They're tools that help you get more calm, help you get more relaxed, help you get a little more confident. Then you'll want to go out more because you'll start to see that you're having results and you're having success. So you'll want to double down on your wins. And I'm not mad at that. I know that's like, I've been there. I'm the guy who's going to take you through that journey. So stay tuned. This is part 1 of a part 4 series that we're doing here in July. So we're going to have another video come out on Friday of next week, and then 2 more Fridays after that on the topic. And in the month of August, I got something very special for you guys. And I'll tell you guys what that is at the end of the 4th video. So guys, let's talk about initial contact and why you should be focusing on initial contact. Now, check it out. So initial contact is like this. They say you only get one first impression. And that's true. That's very true. The minute you walk up, how you make a girl feel tells her a lot about who you are and what you're like. And if she needs to worry about you, or if she can relax around you, allow herself to open up, give a little more vulnerability, have a little more fun, smile, laugh, that stuff, right? Because if you're getting a girl who's closed off and she's not opening up, then there's something off in your energy. Not all the time. Sometimes you might run into a girl who's just closed off. She's just in that mood. She's just in that zone. And there's nothing that you can do about that. And it's not our job to try to fix that. Your job is to enjoy, be open, have fun, be your most masculine self, which is a part of you that loves tension, which is a part of you that thrives in tension, which is the part of you that likes to poke and push buttons and flirt, right? If she says she has a boyfriend, you like to dig a little bit deeper in that and not run away from the topic. That's your job, right? She'll open up as a result of you being a guy who can handle a mass of tension. So I want to take you on this journey in this video through first contact and how important that is for everything that comes after it. I see it where a lot of guys go out, they'll have an approach and they'll successfully get the number, but they won't get a call back or they won't get a text. We'll talk about that a little more in the next video. But all of that has to do with what you're doing or not doing on the front end, which is your initial contact. So what I like to do is when I'm out approaching, I love to be open. My energy is always warm. I always get constant compliments about how warm and inviting my energy is. And that's not something that I've always had, I don't think. At least not with women. That's something that I've learned doing the fearless work and learning how to open up, feel my heart, be expressive, not take anything personal, right? Learning to enjoy being the approacher. Because if you're tense and you're tight in your body, what's happening is you're closing off that part of you that is naturally warm, that is naturally inviting, that is a part of you that women want to be around and be with and flirt with and touch and allow to touch them because that energy feels so warm and inviting. Now, it's very common for us as men to walk up to a stranger, an unknown situation, an unknown variable, and close off on her and wonder why we're not getting good results. So let's start with this piece here. The initial walk up. What do I say during the initial walk up? What works for me? What am I doing during an initial walk up that makes a girl want to open up and talk to me? Now, I say this because when I first started doing this work, maybe 5% of girls would want to talk to me, and 95% of them would reject me. And then that number grew, 30% would talk, 50, 60%, so on and so forth. Now, I can wager that I get probably about 90% to 95% of girls to at least stop and open up and talk, right? So something shifted in my energy, which is what I'm going to teach you guys. Now, initially when I walk up, I'm always wanting to have my heart open. I'm always having the expectation that, yes, rejection may occur, and that's okay. That's her God-given right to reject me if she doesn't feel like my energy is up to par. So I never take it personal anymore. Oh, I used to get so upset. Oh, fuck this, fuck that. You know, she's a bitch. X, Y, and Z. Very victim-y. The more I listen to Brian say this, no one owes you anything. She doesn't know you. You're coming to her in her personal space. The more you get that idea down, you'll stop taking it personal and you'll understand why she rejects you. You'll understand why they give you pushback. You'll understand why they shit test you. Because they need to know that you're safe above all else, right? All the attraction comes after that. So when I walk up, I like to have my heart open, right? So I like to give sometimes ballsy openers. Hey, I think you're sexy in those yoga pants. You know, compliment the butt, the ass, whatever. I like to do that sometimes, right? It just is what it is. But in order for me to do that and have it be effective, my heart's got to be open. Because if my heart's not open, what happens is I end up coming off as a creep. And you'll get dismissed right away when you're coming off as a creep. You don't want to come off as a creep. You want to have your heart open, right? Find appreciation. So if you're chasing a girl down, let's say you've seen this girl and then you're going back to chase her down, you've really got a couple seconds before you stop her to really enjoy and appreciate all the things that are making you want to go approach her in the first place. Like for me, if I'm chasing the girl down, I'm like, what is she wearing? Her outfit's kind of banging. Her, the way she's got her hair, it's just something about her made me want to chase her. And so what I like to do is I like to take that feeling that I'm feeling around her, and I like to kind of just bathe in it a little bit, soak in it, and let that really get my body woken up, right? Let it make me a little nervous, right? But let it also make me a little excited. Because in that, when I deliver my opener, it's going to come off so much more genuine because I'm not coming from the head and I'm solely coming from feeling. So if you guys find yourself in a situation where you guys are not reaching in your openers, that's probably why. You're probably going into your head just before you get there. And there's no better way to kill an interaction right off the bat. No worse thing than going into your head and thinking about what to say. So upon initial approach, you want to open your heart. You want to feel appreciation for this girl. If you're walking over there and you don't feel appreciation for this girl and you're feeling tense and you're feeling like I have to do this and you're feeling nervous to the point where you're like, it's not fun, I would honestly recommend that you don't go in there because it could hurt you more than it actually helps you. Find appreciation. What is she wearing that's making you turned on? What do you like about her? Is her smiles and her eyes? What did you see in that initial impression that made you be like, yes, I do want to stop her? Take that, let that lead you into your stop. Okay? Now, what do I say? Same deal. Let that feeling give you everything that you need in order to say, so that when you say it, it comes off your most natural, your most genuine. 95% of my openers are just like, hey, I'm sorry, I thought you were cute, and I had to come say hi. Because there's a lot of truth in just the buildup of it. It's like, yeah, I did have to get over here because I could have just kept going, but I was actually so drawn that I had to come over here and stop you. Because there's a lot of girls that I see that are very cute that I just let pass. Right? So if the girl's actually going to give me a stop, it's got to be somebody that I actually feel in my body. It's like, yeah, this is worth going over there for. And so when you have that feeling, it'll come across naturally in what you're saying. What you have to say or what you're saying should never come from your head. It should never be premeditated. It should never be pre-planned or pre-thought out. Everything should come from a feeling place. Only from then could the rest of the interaction go naturally? So let's say you walk up and you're in your head and you're like, okay, I'm going to tell every girl I see that I think they're beautiful. I have to just get over here and talk to them. How long until that just becomes a technique and you lose the feeling, the depth of feeling in what you're saying? And then it's not reaching anymore because it doesn't have any real truth in feeling. And so then the conversation that comes after that is very difficult because now you kind of have to stay in your head for the most part to keep up with what you just said. If you're working congruent with what you're saying, and I love this part of it because I've heard Brian say this before and there's so much truth in it. You can approach and have success while you're in anger, while you're in grief, while you're in apathy. Apathy is a little more challenging, but you could if you just owned it. Because look, it's the congruency with how you're feeling that makes the opener work. Not what you're saying, but the congruency with what you're feeling. So if you're having a rough day and you're sad, or you're nervous or you're scared, then walk over there and tell her you're nervous. Like, yo, I'm sorry, I have to come approach you. I'm super nervous right now. But you got like the cutest smile, or you got the cutest eyes. Enjoy that moment. Moving forward, once you have the opener, you're probably going to get a couple different responses, right? If she's interested because you're open and you're warm, she might pause and be like, oh, thank you, right? She might get a little giggly smile, or just even, she might just stop and give you the time of day. That might be her version of letting you know, okay, I'm listening. You got my attention. What are you going to do next with it? That same enjoyment that you used to open her up because you're feeling it so much in your body, keep that going, right? Keep that going. Eye contact. Eye contact is key here. I'm always looking right into the eyes, mainly the left eye. It triggers the emotional brain, right? I want her to feel the excitement that I'm feeling for her. I want her to feel the joy that I'm feeling in my body for her. I want her to feel all that stuff. I want her to know that I'm serious and that I'm not just a fuckboy who's just trying to get into her pants. I don't want her to feel like that, right? I want her to know that there's a real exchange of emotions coming across, of vulnerability, so she can trust me. Now, I don't want to do it so she can trust me. I want to do it because I want this to be as genuine and as natural as possible. It's not about being a technique. It's about you truly being open and vulnerable, because you have to be vulnerable in order for you to get that in return. If you're not being vulnerable, she's never going to open up. Okay? Eye contact. When you're looking into this girl's eye, what are you feeling in your body? Is there enjoyment? Is there enjoyment? Are you walling off? Are you tensing up in the body? Are you micro tensing up in the shoulders, the chest, the back, the legs? That's very common to do when you're in front of a girl that you're attracted to. Your anxiety might come up. Your nervousness might come up and make it pull you away from the interaction. You might have 1 foot in and 1 foot out, and then that's why she's not fully opening up to you. You got to be willing to show up 100% in your vulnerability. You have to. It's key. If you don't expect her to open up, right? So once you've gotten that down and you're actually showing up in your vulnerability, in your nervousness, in your truth, in your honesty, she'll feel that. And then she'll give you more time of day because she knows you're being genuine. While you're looking at the eyes and you're enjoying the eye contact and you're having fun, a lot of what you say is going to go under the radar, meaning that a lot of what you say doesn't even matter. A lot of what you're saying is actually coming from subcommunication more than it's coming from your mouth. The underlying communication that's going on, the body communication that's going on. I like you. I'm interested in you. I think you're sexy. All right, I'm giving you 100% of my vulnerability right now because I want you to know that I'm real. I'm serious about this. In that, you guys could be talking about books. You guys could be talking about erasers on a pencil. Doesn't matter. You guys could be talking about the weather. It does not matter what you're talking about. It all comes from the subcommunication. If you're in full enjoyment and you're enjoying her and you're feeling your body and it's coming across, it doesn't take a whole lot for her to start giggling and laughing. It's your masculine energy that's coming across. It's your vulnerability. It's your ability to create tension and to handle tension that's coming across. From this place, if you can just enjoy that and train yourself to enjoy that for a few minutes at a time, like if you can have a 10-minute, 5-minute, 2-minute conversation with the girl, or you're feeling like this, or even a 2-minute conversation, doesn't matter. She's feeling it. Getting the number is 100%, 110% easier than if you didn't do it this way. How do I get the number? All that work you just did on the front end right there makes getting the number 100% easy. Actually, what it comes down to is that she should be enjoying you so much because you're enjoying her so much that she wants to give you her number. And if you guys ended that conversation just at that point, it would actually feel unnatural for you to not have gotten her number. So I want you guys I want that to really come across for you guys. Getting the number is really easy. You want to get the number and her text you back and her want to text you back. And the way you're doing that is doing all the work on the front end. Being vulnerable, connecting, showing up, opening your heart, having that warmth, flirting, keeping the eye contact going. All right? I know it's a lot. Come back and watch this video, go back out. Watch this video again, go back out. Keep practicing. Repetition is key. Okay? All right, guys. So again, this is just a video on the initial contact. And kind of about getting the number too. We'll talk a little bit more about getting the number in the next video. But just know that while you're having this interaction and you're enjoying yourself and she's enjoying you, just ask for the number. Well, cool, give me your number. We should hang out sometime. You should really give me your number. Like, I think this is going so well. You better give me your number. Right? There's so many ways you can do it. It'll work either way. It's not what you're saying or how you're saying it. It's the whole buildup of everything just before that. Okay, guys? Now, if you guys are getting value from these videos, or even just this video alone, consider hitting like and subscribe. Because these videos will turn you into an approach beast. And I'm not talking about cheesy manipulation approach. I'm talking about your natural, genuine, vulnerable self approaching, opening girls up, making them love you and want to hang out and be around you. This is what I'm talking about. Easy, easy, easy approaching. The only hard part is the internal work that you have to do in yourself, which is opening up and being more vulnerable. Now, if you guys are enjoying the video, hit like and subscribe. I'm going to turn you guys into approach monsters. I'm going to teach you everything I know about approaching so that when you guys go out, it's easy as lifting up a rock. Okay? Stay tuned. Don't miss a video. You guys are going to grow tremendously. Also, before we go, if you haven't already, go back and watch last week's video on 4 keys to proper escalation. I recognize that some of you guys may be a little bit more advanced or a little more intermediate, and maybe you're already getting numbers and you're meeting up with the girls, or maybe you're stuck in how to escalate and move it towards sex or move it towards something physical. So go back and watch last week's video to be brought up to speed on how to properly escalate. I'll see you guys in next week's video. Peace.